Okay, let's just quickly check this. So hierarchy is done, user exit is done, this is done, repository manager is done. Main topic that is remaining is JMSQ and IDD. Okay, IDD, what I'll do is IDD, I'll give a quick glance of IDD and then we'll cover. IDD basically consists of two parts. So IDD consists of two parts. Okay, what we'll do is we'll try to understand what is IDD first, then we will see the developer part, how to develop it. Okay, so maybe I'll give a quick introduction to IDD and then you will get some time, you can check it so that you'll be comfortable. So let's start with IDD. Just one second, what I'll do is my resolution, I'll change it. Okay, now it should be more clear. And this one I will. Okay, IDD, what exactly is IDD? IDD is called as Informatica Data Director, or earlier it is called as BDD. So BDD means Business Data Director. Okay, both of these are same, no difference. The only thing is BDD is renamed to IDD. Okay, but what exactly is BDD or what is IDD? What is the need for that? See, if I go here to the ORS, let's say ORS class 1, let's say I will go to packages here and then data manager. So I've got three things: data manager, packages, sorry, data manager, merge manager, hierarchy manager. You can see three things, right? And you know all of them. You know what is done in data manager. It's basically to unmerge. And in merge manager, we basically manually merge the records. Hierarchy manager, we view the hierarchy. So you know how it works, right? Now what exactly is IDD? IDD is pretty much the same thing. So whatever you can do in data manager, merge manager, hierarchy manager, you will see the same features in IDD also. Okay, there isn't much difference, but the style is different. So first try to understand that data manager, merge manager, hierarchy manager, whatever you can do here, the IDD does the same thing plus some additional things. Okay, now if that is the thing, then why Informatica is providing copy paste kind of feature, like same thing, if it is there, if they are same, why it is there twice? It's not exactly copy paste. See, this data manager, merge manager, hierarchy manager, it's basically from for technical guys, for technical persons, people, we have these tools: data manager, merge manager, hierarchy manager. Why do I say that it's technical? Because see, when I log in, it'll ask me admin. When I say enter, then it is asking me the ORS name, isn't it? It is asking the ORS name. But let's say that if I'm a technical person, then no problem. Okay. But if I'm a business person, I am from the business. Okay. I'm from the business means basically I kind of like a data steward, or even lesser idea, something like that. So I don't have any technical knowledge, zero. I don't know what is ORS, what is packages, queries, nothing. I know this much, that I have got master data and I can see that, I can query it, I can change it. That's all what I know. Where it is stored, which table, which package view, no idea. I don't want to know. As a business person, I don't want to know actually, like where it is stored, why it is stored. You understand, right? So just like here, if I go here and say Amazon, okay, then there are two things. First thing is, so I'm a user of Amazon and I say like t-shirts, okay, so t-shirts. I'm searching for something. So I'm the user for the Amazon, right? But how when I'm clicking on this, what is happening in the backend? You understand, right? When I'm clicking on this, what is happening in backend? Lot of things will be happening. There will be a separate software, okay, which contains all these details, right? So lot of complicated stuff is going on behind it, behind this, right? So there are two things here. In Amazon also, there are two things. From a technical perspective, so technical means how to configure this t-shirt, these icons, and how to configure this different size, right? That is the technical guy's job. Business is, so I'm the person, I'm purchasing something, so it should be very simple for me, right? So similarly here also IDD is the application that was created for the business, okay, so that what is the purpose? The purpose remains the same. The purpose is to merge manually, merge the records or unmerge the records or create master data or update master data, right? Or view hierarchy. So these are uh, certain things that is included in IDD. Okay. Now let's see. I have explained clearly that the for technical person we've got like data manager, merge manager, hierarchy manager, and for the business guys we have got IDD, and most of the features are same. Now let's try to compare this, then probably you can understand. So first thing is, when I'm logging in into this tool, this is technical because I need to know what is a master database, what is a ORS database. Can I proceed without choosing the master or the ORS database? No, not possible, right? I must choose a database, then only I can proceed. Okay. Whereas if I go and log in IDD, the link of for IDD is this is the link for IDD. This is the IP, and like you know this link, you know, okay. Then after that it is just like BDD, Business Data Director, or IDD, okay. So but here you will write BDD, not IDD. You can see this web interface. Let me log in. Admin, same user ID, password and the user ID is the same, okay. So okay, this IDD is not configured actually, right? Because from version
Sunil,
10 on, yeah.
Sunil, this is also called the this tool is also called the Informatica Analyst, or
No, this is not
how it
analyst.
is?
This is IDD, Informatica Data Director.
Okay.
Okay, and from version 10.1 onwards, earlier it used to be configured by default, but now it's not configured by default. So this is how you configure it. You have to go here. This is a one-time activity. It's not uh, something that you will do every day. Okay, so just one time your admin needs to go here, InfoMDM, hub, server, okay. Then there is something called as the go to resources. So I'm looking for this file, cmx server.properties. This is called as the properties file, okay. I'm going to change something here. Okay, what I'm going to change, I'm going to say that cmx data enable is equal to true, okay, and I'm going to bounce the server. Cmx data enabled is equal to true, and just bounce the server, then it should be fine. Once the server is bounced, we can see this application. Now if you try to access, you won't be able to because it's starting. And Informatica provides one sample application, so let's try to copy that. This is where the sample application will be: hub, resource kit, then samples, bdd, then this one, copy. Okay, so while it is getting restarted,
Sunil, what is this E360 or 360?
that is entity 360 degree, which is a new feature in version 10 onwards. We'll see that. Right, so all these features whatever I've discussed, we can do the same thing in this tool, these three tools, or we can do it in IDD. IDD is very, what you said, non-technical, so you don't need any technical information. Non-technical means, see, these are the things. First thing is, you don't need to choose ORS. No ORS. ORS will be there, but you don't need to choose anything, okay. Second thing is, you don't need to know any table name. So no table name. You don't need to know any table name or package name. Okay. So most of the technical details are hidden in BDD or IDD. Okay. Your responsibility is not to view the application. You understand? So your responsibility is not to go to Amazon. So let's say you go to Amazon, and let's say Amazon is hiring you. Amazon is, if they are hiring you, they are not hiring you to purchase something here. They are hiring to configure this website, to configure, let's say, whatever you see here. So when you click, when someone clicks something, so whatever he sees, okay, so to configure all those products and all those things, Amazon has hired, right? So in IDD also there are two things, okay. There is the what the business sees, okay, that is one thing. And second thing is what the business sees, and so whatever the business is seeing is nothing but what a developer configures. So whatever a developer configures, that's what the business will see. Clear, right? You understand, like this, very simple. This website is there, amazon.com. Some developer has developed it, right? And then there are users. So there is a developer, there is a user. So in IDD also, there is a developer, there's a user. Your responsibility is to work as a developer, not as a user. Because for user, we got different things, okay? Your responsibility is to work as developer. But if you want to work as developer, you should have knowledge on what you want to develop. If you don't know what you want to develop, how can you develop? So first we'll try to understand what is your objective, what is it that you want to do. Then we will see like how to design that, okay. And just for your knowledge, by default IDD is not configured, okay. So IDD by default you can't use it because it's not configured. Let's check if it is up. Okay, it's up now. Now if I log in admin, then you can see that I can see something, right? Now someone has created some application, but what we'll do is I will just show you quickly something. So bdd config. So this is where you configure the application. You configure the application. Okay, bdd config. Someone has done it. I am going to delete that. I mean, I have done it earlier. Okay, all right. Now there are no applications. Can you see there are no applications? So by default, there won't be any applications. So there won't be any applications in this area, right? Now if I go here and try to access, I will get an error. Can you see this? I'm getting an error. And if I go to Mozilla and access it, let's see what happens. Say admin, admin. Okay, can you see this message? No Informatica MDM data director applications are available. So by default, you will get a message like this, that nothing is configured. Okay. So once you configure IDD, then only you can use it. So what we have to do is we have to configure the application. If we want to use this, we have to configure it. We don't have any other way. But if I configure it, like now if I configure it, you won't understand because you don't know what is this application, right? So what I'll do is Informatica provides a sample application that is nothing but this IDD config. Okay, this file contains the sample application. What I'll do is I'll import these sample applications. Okay, then I'll import the sample application. You just see how I'm importing. Go here, import XML, browse, and just choose this application. Okay, say import. And remember, every IDD application is linked with an ORS. Every IDD application is linked to an ORS. So this one is linked with ORS sample. So I'm just choosing ORS sample. Just say save it. I'm getting some error. Is not valid, not valid. What is this error? This error means that my ORS sample is not valid. Okay. So just go and validate ORS sample first. So go ahead, validate ORS sample.
Anil, was there a class yesterday?
No, there was no class yesterday.
Okay.
So now it's valid. Now again you try to re-import it. So delete this, re-import, it should work fine.
Sunil, I missed it actually. What actually are you?
This is IDD, Informatica Data Director. IDD configuration.
And do we create this configuration or it comes
This
from the
one
department?
is
We just have to import it.
this one is something that I am just showing you a sample application. So this one comes with Informatica sample application, but we need to develop our own application. Okay, it's showing not valid. Just 1 minute. But this repository seems to be valid only. Oh,
So Sunil, you say that we need to develop. So we need to develop in an XML format or something, or we need to
no,
develop inside the MDM.
You don't need to do it in XML. There is a graphical interface only, but you can edit it in XML or you can export import in XML, but there is a graphical interface to develop that.
Okay, so it's something different than the MDM.
Yeah, this is different. This is a different activity.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So what is that graphical interface?
Yeah, that is nothing but this interface, whatever you're seeing. Using that we have to do. But first, I'm trying to import an application. I'm getting error. 1 second.
So the application is developed
Yeah, it is developed here.
here, right? Not okay.
Application is developed here. I'm trying to import and show the application. Then we will see how to develop. But it's throwing some error. Even though the ORS is valid, it does not contain underlying table. I think someone deleted some tables here, I believe, in ORS sample. Yeah, I think someone did something wrong here. Okay, what I can do is I can drop this ORS completely and re-import it. So drop it. Then you have to delete this ORS. So to delete the ORS, this is how it's deleted. Sys tiger as sysdba. You have to drop all the connections. Uh, Drop user ORS underscore sample cascade. Okay, it's connected, so you can't drop it. Select start from v dollar session where okay. Normally you will not have privilege in your company to do this because this is normally handled by DBA, but still this should be simple only, where user is equal to ORS 1 minute. Oh, sorry, it's not user, it is user name. Okay, this is user name. Okay, so this is the connection. You need to drop this connection. Just try it once more. 177.86 alter system kills session. I think the syntax is correct only. 1 minute. Alter system. Alter system kills session. Okay, sorry, you have to give it in quotes. Quote. Okay, so it's done. Now I can drop my ORS and parallelly I can go ahead and create a new ORS.
Sunil, what is that alter session?
That is
command?
used to kill a session. So the session is connected, the user is connected, so I am killing the user.
Basically, administrator do that, right?
So yeah, this is
Is it
administrator.
also is it also used to switch between the ORS schemas, different ORSs?
No, that is used to kill a user. A user who is connected will lose his connection if you do that. So since I want to recreate this and I want to drop this, so I have first killed the user connection. Once I've killed him, then I am just like drop the user, then I'm creating the user right now. So now this is how you import the ORS sample. You say import underscore schema. Okay. Oracle. Okay, it is importing. It will take almost like 3 minutes or something to import this completely, and meanwhile you can just go ahead and keep this ready. Do not press finish. I mean, you're not supposed to press finish now. Press finish once this is imported, then only this will work, otherwise not. That is how you drop and create a ORS immediately. Normally dropping and creating ORS something you will not get an opportunity also, because in development once we create an ORS we don't drop it that easily until unless very something really strange happens. All these tables it's importing.
Sunil, there was a class on 29th, last Saturday.
29th 29th Saturday, was there any class? Yeah, there was class.
Yeah,
We covered hierarchy.
there's there was a videos missing in the
29th video.
in the Google Drive. Yeah,
Is it?
I'll I'll email you 2 times, but didn't get any response.
No, no, but I. Okay. Okay, I'll check it. Actually, the problem is I'm using three laptops. Like, every day I'm using a different laptop. This is again a different laptop. I have to check which laptop I have done the session. I'm not getting time to check. I'll check it. But it will be there because I remember it was recorded.
Because already we missed the one recorded
Sunil,
previous.
Yeah.
on 29th there was no.
No
On
session.
Monday only we had.
On 29th there was no session. 1 minute.
Actually, we had
Yeah,
hierarchy
yeah,
on
yeah. Correct, correct. On 29th
Monday.
there was no session. That's correct. Yeah, you're correct. 29th there was no session. On Monday we had a longer session, right? So for 2 hours something. It's correct.
Sunil, how about 16? Was there any class? Because 16 video I'm not able to find.
16 even
Can anybody
I don't
can
remember.
anybody
Someone
upload the
has to
video?
confirm. 16 is Sunday, right? There won't be any class on Sunday.
No, 16th means your 16th means my 16th. No, 16th was not Sunday. It was Monday.
16th you can see it's like Sunday here. In your case it will be okay Monday. In US it is Monday. That means 17. So
No, it's
17 here.
16th. There is a class in US timings.
Yeah, so 17th
16th,
here.
16th
Yes,
was there.
17 there.
17th video is there, right? You can see.
Uh, Not actually, not 17, not 17. I'm sorry. Uh, hmm.
It was 16 videos missing.
16th is there. That is, see, 15th, 17th. 16th is not there because 16th is Sunday for India. So there was normally.
No, it's in India 17 as a Monday video was missing. You
India.
told you will check in the different laptop.
No, that's
It's
what I have
17,
already
correct?
corrected it. You can see here 14, 15, 16 is not there because 16 is Sunday. Then 17, 18, 19, 20, 22nd. Okay, you can see
Okay.
except Sunday, 16 that is there in, it's there. Now just register it and validate it once.
Is it this entity 360 somewhere related to CC 360? Because I have seen it somewhere. The Informatica MDM, I've seen it somewhere. CC 360.
Entity 360 degree is nothing but it's just a new feature in IDD to view application data. So it's not a big thing. It's just the same thing. You will see. I'll show you. Okay, now it is imported. Now I can import my application. Let's see. IDD config import. No, there is some issue in this IDD because normally it will import fine. This is a default application. I haven't done anything, but I'm getting strange error. Match column in the search element person is not valid. How is that possible? We can
Maybe
create.
issue with the XML file. Can you check?
No, yeah, possibly, but normally there won't be issue with XML file. This comes with Informatica. Okay, I'll just check it once. BDD. Okay, 1 second, let me check. I'll take it from another environment. It looks same, but let's retry. Because I think I've imported this for 100 times. Normally it doesn't show any error as such. No, same error. 1 minute, let me. Some errors are gone, but still. We can fix these errors, but this will take long time to delete all those columns and do that. The first one is valid, it's not a problem, but remaining things I am not sure why it is showing.
Sunil, can we cancel this class? You can fix the error and then we can have it. Is it good idea? Because it's like I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunate that this error came.
Yeah, we'll stop the
What do you think?
IDD. I'll configure the IDD. We'll do something. Other topic we'll check in.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see the JMS queue. Otherwise, we can see these small topics. Job scheduling is something I've told you, I think. Job scheduling is basically done using this script. So this script automation. So if you go to in resource kit automation, execute batch command line toolkit. So this script, Informatica provides some files. So extract it. Then scripts. Okay, so this is the script. MDM exec batch proc. In Windows, this is the script. In Unix, this is the script. Dot shell script. This one is dot bat file. So you just need to call this script if you want to execute the jobs outside. So for example, whatever the jobs you have here in the batch here, if you want to call any of these jobs, let's say stage job or load job or batch group or anything, if you want to call, then you have to call it using this script. Okay, the usage of this script, if you go and check the document, this document in books, okay, MDM command line toolkit. So you need to call it this way, execute. If you want to start a stage job, then you have to call it in this way, minus username password. If you have to call a load job, then you call it this way. Okay, the examples are there in the end. That is, if you want to, let's say, call a batch group. Okay, so call this script, then minus action, then execute batch group name, then this is the name of the batch group. Okay, and if you want to call, let's say, tokenize job, then name of the script, action, tokenize, table name, the table that you want to tokenize, and this extra option. Okay, so this is the syntax in the first line itself. The same syntax was there, this one, username, password.
Sunil,
Yeah,
so we have two options, like one is Linux and one is Windows. So if you want to do in a Windows, so it should be on a command prompt or where?
Windows, you have to start it in a command prompt, like, so this should be done on the server, not on the client side, because this script is typically expected to be on the server, not on the client side. So let's say just need to go and execute this, so this particular thing, but you need to configure it if you want to execute. This is not configured by default, so you just need to start this script with parameters, that's it. Whatever parameters are there, so you just need to start with that, like whatever parameters is mentioned here. Okay, but this needs to be configured. To configure it, there are a lot of steps. You have to set this Hyperion connection properties file. So here you need to go and change the ORS name, and just parameters for SOAP and all those things also you change it. Plus there is one property file, this one. So this also you have to configure. These scripts, where your scripts are there, and all the configurations you have to do. Once you do the configuration, then only it will be there. But still there are a lot of additional configuration. You have to configure this library files also. This is the jar file. Actually, if you go deeper, you will see this jar file is based on the SIF APIs. So in SIF, we have seen how to execute job, right? And normally we don't use it, but this jar file is nothing but the API, SIF API it is calling to execute all the jobs. Using that, it is executing the jobs. And this is not a foolproof thing, because Informatica just gives it as a sample script. Okay, so if this fails or something, then basically you're on your own. Informatica will not support it. So that is the reason why this is not documented in you will see the documentation only in this document. Okay, in this document you will see, but apart from this document, in any of the guides you will not see any reference to this script or anything. Okay, because Informatica provides a lot of scripts, but they are like no guarantee scripts. So you will see, if you go and check any script, Informatica does not provide any guarantee. If you can see, um, and most of the scripts fail also, lot of times. So you can see a lot of small scripts are there. See here. So these are small scripts for automation. Acquire release log.cmd. All these things are there. Okay, so in older version you used to do using procedures. So in procedures you used to schedule the jobs. But in new version, if you want to do, in older version, I'll just quickly show you if I have the document. Yeah, I have the document. Yeah, ways to execute bad job. If you go here, this is in version 9.1. This one. 1 minute, not this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. So for example, this is a sample script. Just check it. Okay. So for example, sample job execution script for accepting the records is unique. Okay. So currently what we are doing, like accepting the record is unique, you can directly go and run it here, this one, or you can call it via save, or if you want to schedule this, you can schedule it. In older version, you have to do using this procedure. So just copy paste the procedure and change the table name, right? That's how it was done. And in newer version, the procedures are not supported anymore. So either do it using SIF, or you can use this script, this mdmexec batch proc. Using that script also you can do it. But this job, I don't think it is supported. Except non-matched records as unique, I don't think this is there in here. Just check it. Is it there? No, I don't see this here. Except unmatched record as unique. So this job is not there, except unmatched record is unique. So you go through this, and anyway, like this will be configured for you when you join the company. For this case, it will take almost like 1-2 hours for me to configure, and it's a bit of a headache because normally it doesn't get configured that easily. Some jar files and all that are missing. I'll see if I can configure this. But even if it is configured, you can't run it in client side. You have to run it in the server side only. Okay.
Sunil, for scheduling, can you show the as any one of the jobs so you can run it and schedule the job?
No, that is what I'm
Is it
saying. To
possible?
schedule the jobs, this needs to be configured. So you have to configure
Okay.
this, all these things, which is a bit of a headache actually. I've done it many times, but still in some new servers, the jar file it won't recognize. So you have to give class path and lot of manual things you have to do. If it gets configured, it will be done easily in 15 minutes. Otherwise, it takes 2 hours or something to troubleshoot.
Okay. And do we access on that server or
No, no, no.
as a
This is
particular
just I will show you.
folder?
No, this you won't have access to this. In real time, you will not have access. You have to request access because normally by default access to server will not be there in project also. That you have to request, but you will get it. Not a big deal. But here you don't have access.
So can we get that as a script as a, can you as a, have on the Google Drive so we can see what is in the scripting level?
This, okay, this will be there in the Google Drive. 1 second. Yeah, this very small file. Okay, it's uploaded. You can check it later. SAM load by row ID object. SAM is actually related to admin, but sometimes it's also important for a developer as well. But SAM, 1 minute, I will just reorganize this. Okay. See, logging, I think you have seen log files, right? Log files, to access log files, you use like this and go and type that IP address like this. This is the IP address, you know. Copy the IP address. Or did use the reverse one. No, that was correct. Yeah. So it will ask you for user ID password. User ID is MDM lab. Okay. MDM lab lab. Password is tiger. Remember? Just say okay. So now this will show you the logs, application server log files. We have basically application server log files. That is the most important log. And you would have seen me earlier using this, but not in details. But basically application server log file is nothing but there are three types of log files in MDM. Application server logs, hub server logs, and cleanse match server log. Okay. So application server is log is nothing but that's the JBoss log or whatever is your application JBoss log. Okay. Hub server log is nothing but your um, there is a hub server, there is a cleanse match server. Okay. Hub server is responsible um, for all the activities in MDM. We have got hub server. Cleanse match server is responsible only for executing. Okay. So all execution related stuff will be there in the cleanse match server. All things related to execution. If you start a match job, if you start a load job, anything, you can expect the entry here. But all things related to security, okay, will be there in the hub server log. Security related stuff. But mostly from my experience, hub server log we never open it, and cleanse match server normally we don't open it because normally application server log will contain everything. Okay. Until unless you don't find it in application server log, you can just have a look here. But cleanse match server, it's just copy paste of this application server log only. Okay, so you're supposed to know how an application server log works, but remember these three logs from interview point of view. Even if application server log is the only important log, but from interview point of view, you remember these three. Okay, this is related to execution of jobs, it will contain. This is related to security, like security, safe, then IDD. So this will contain information related to security, SIF, IDD. This contains execution of job, and this contains all. So any event will be logged here. Any event will be logged here, and this is a common log file. Common means you run the job, someone else runs the different job, doesn't matter. Everything will be logged in this common file, and this is a file actually, server.log. Okay, sometimes this can grow very big, but if you have set the properties, then it will archive it. Okay, so if I open it, this is a live log. So you can see here, this is slightly boring, this log, but very useful. See here, you can see like 0000. Okay, and you can see it contains log for almost, it's quite huge. So if you go and run a job, then you can expect an entry here. Okay, if I go ahead and let's say quickly start something, then can you see this? It is telling me that this file has been modified by another program. Okay, so if you go and check this, see here, I started the job at 7:26, right? So I can expect an entry now. So you can see here, I can see an entry. Normally you are not supposed to spend much time in these logs. You have to check these logs if there is any issue, otherwise it's not necessary. Okay, so because anyway this will be in, what you say, unorganized way, so you will lose a lot of time if you, what I'm trying to say is, if you go and check here, this is enough. Okay, so you can see like total records is 2, inserted is 2, that is enough. But if you want to troubleshoot, if you want to see what condition was used and all that, then you will go and check it here. Okay, so here you will get the additional details like insert into staging table. So what exactly is being inserted into staging table? Truncate table, you can see this truncate table, this delta, this is internally DILA. I think they have done a mistake something. Okay, so log file you have access. You just check the log file once. Tomorrow once again I will explain the log file. I mean I'll just show you these two log files also, plus I will just explain this a bit more, how you can do performance tuning based on log files, because based on log files only we do performance tuning. We'll see that tomorrow. Okay.
Sunil,
Yeah.
Sunil, where you upload the Unix scripting? I didn't. Can you show
Unis
the folder where you upload the?
in materials. It is there in materials. MDM execute resource kit.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, guys.